You see, deliverance is very, very powerful. Deliverance is very, very important. It's needed in the Christendom. But you see, what you do after deliverance is very, 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 very important. When you go through deliverance, your life after the deliverance is very critical. It's very important. And I want to prove to you in the book of Matthew chapter 12, verse 43. Let's see what Jesus said. Bible says, now this is Jesus speaking. It says that when the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through the dry places, seeking rest, and findeth now. Okay, and findeth now. Verse 44. Then he saith, I will return into my house from whence I came out. And when he is come, he findeth it empty and swept and garnished. Then goeth he and taketh with him himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself. And they enter in, dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first. Even so shall it be also unto the wicked, unto this wicked generation. Now, the scripture that we have read, Jesus was telling that when a demon or an unclean spirit goes out of somebody, the unclean spirit goes around. It goes through dry places. He's looking for a place to rest. You have to understand that spirits need bodies to live. So when the spirit is cast out, he goes around looking for a place where he can stay. And Jesus is saying that if the spirit cannot find a place to stay, he will tell himself, I am going back to where I was cast out to see if he can get a place. When he comes and he sees that the place is clean, swept, and garnished, nobody is living there, he goes back, brings 7 demons. Now, he makes sure that the demons he is bringing are wicked than him. They are more powerful than him. And they come and stay in that person or in that house. And Jesus said, the state of that person is better than after. In other words, the state of that person after the deliverance is worse than he was before the deliverance. So it tells us that how to maintain our deliverance is very, very important. How to live our life after we go through deliverance is very, very important. See, according to the scriptures, if you cannot maintain your deliverance, please don't go for deliverance because it's going to be worse. So, am I saying that don't go for deliverance? No, please go for deliverance. It's very important because if you are possessed, if the enemy is tormenting you, it is also a worry. It doesn't make you get closer to God. It doesn't make you to achieve what you're supposed to achieve. It makes life difficult because the enemy is called a tormentor. So please go for deliverance. That is why I'm making this video for you. I want to show you how to maintain fire after deliverance, how to stay on guard after deliverance, how to live your life after you've gone through deliverance. Now, number 1, I'm going to give you 5 keys to maintain your fire after you've gone through deliverance. Number 1, rebuild the altar immediately. You see, after you've gone through deliverance, don't wait till you feel spiritual again. No. Don't wait till you feel spiritual again before. No. After you've gone through deliverance, please quickly, immediately, rebuild your altar. Set a time, create a space, and make it sacred. Set a time, create a space, make it sacred. It's best, I'm going to advise you, it's best to do it in the morning, especially when you wake up from bed. Let that time be your altar. Let that be your devotion. Create that space and build that altar, build that devotion life. If you can just do 5 minutes to 30 minutes, it shouldn't be so long. If you can go long, fine, but 5 minutes to 30 minutes, you're done. What to do there? Worship, word, and prayer. It can be 1 verse. It can be 5 minutes of worship and 1 minute of prayer, a short prayer. That is it. The most important thing is that let it be consistent. And as it gets consistent, it gets saturated. And as it gets saturated, you move. Now, number two, or the second step, or the second key to maintain your fire after you go through deliverance is to guard your gates. Guard your gates. You have to understand that a man has gates into his spirit, or as you see there watching me, you have gates into your spirit. They are spiritual gates that spirit can use to enter you, and you need to guard that gate. Very, very careful. You have to watch what you hear. You have to be careful of what you watch. You have to be very careful. What you see, what you hear, you have to be very careful. What you consume into yourself, not food, physical food, but what you allow into your mind, into your spirit. You have to be very, very, very careful. You see, I want you to cut off toxic voices, toxic musics, shows, even certain relationship that is not godly. You have to cut it for a season, or cut it at all. You cut it till you are strong, because some relationship can bring you back into that debt. So you have to cut it. The third key to maintain your fire after deliverance is to surround yourself with people who are on fire. Surround yourself with people on fire. You need a community that will fuel you, that will fuel your passion, that will fuel your fire, not a community that will cool it or that will quench your fire for God. You need a community. And when you read the scripture in Proverbs chapter 13 verse 20, it says that he who walks with the wise shall become wise. So if you walk with somebody on fire, you'll be on fire. When you walk with somebody who is cold, you're going to be cold. So you have to know your community. That is why I have created an email community. It's on Substack, an email newsletter, a community. I'll send you emails so that the emails will help you to stay on fire. I'm going to send you emails that will help you to start your fire, emails that will help you to maintain your fire, emails that will help you to stay connected to God. It's on Substack, and the link is in the comment section. Substack is in the comment section. Also, I have created a free guide to help you build altar. Also, it's in this comment section. You can download it for free and join for free. You join the email also, email newsletter. I'm going to send you every week. I'm going to send you letters to help you to maintain your fire. The next thing, or the fourth key, is to fast often, even if it is small. There is something about fasting. Fasting keeps your spirit sharp and very alert. When you fast, your spirit is always sharp and very alert. See, you don't have to fast 40 days, no. You don't have to fast 21 days, no. You can even fast one day in a whole week. One. It can be 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. a day. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. This is to just help you to bring your fire up. It's to help you to keep your spirit alert, keep your spirit sharp, and your spiritual antenna very sharp. So the fourth key is to fast, even if it's small. Once a week, it's okay. Once a week, it's okay. At least once a week, it's okay. It can be 6 to 6. That's okay. And the final one, the fifth key to help you in maintaining your fire after deliverance is to keep a prayer journal, a fire journal, or keep a journal. Keep a journal where you write your prayers, your dreams, prophetic words, and altar moments. The things you hear from God in your altar, or during your devotion, during your altar time. Write them down. So you see, anytime it helps you not to forget what God is doing. Also, what is recorded is harder to ignore. Anytime you go back to that book, you open it, it reminds you of what God has said, what God is doing in your life. So I encourage you to keep a journal. Don't let it go. I want you to understand something. That freedom is not a moment, it is a lifestyle. And a fire is not a feeling, it is a flame that must be fed. Your fire must be fuel. If you don't fuel a fire, what happens? It goes off. So your passion for God, Your fire for God must be fueled. That is why I'm encouraging you also to subscribe to the newsletter where I send you letters to help you in your fire with God. It is free. Please, it is free. You can join. It is free. Listen, I want you to comment in the comment section and say that I am staying on fire. Right? I am staying on fire in the comment section. I want you to like this video if it has been a blessing to you. Share with your friends. Help people to come on fire. God bless you so much. I'm going to see you again. Peace.